we as women or men, human beings, period, we have to know our self-worth. We have to know that we are worth more than what we are settling for. And in life, we should not settle. We should not settle in life, y'all. And the things that I allowed this guy to put me through, y'all, I knew better. I just knew. You know when you know better but you don't want to do better? That was me. That was me. And in no shape or form, y'all, the way this guy treated me, have I ever in my life experienced that from anybody that I've dealt with. I never even seen my father treat my mother that way. I've never seen my brother treat his fiance that way. Never. I've never been around it. I've never been around it. I've never been around a man that takes advantage of a woman. I've never been around a narcissist until I met him. I've never been around somebody that was manipulative until I met him. Never. And it's crazy, y'all, that, you know, again, I allowed myself, and I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody, y'all. I don't blame nobody but myself. I don't blame nobody but myself. I accept full responsibility for what I allowed this guy to do to me. But trust and believe, my God is an awesome God. Yes, he is. Our God is an awesome God. Yes, he is. What's up, KP family? It's Karen P, and your girl is back with another video. Listen, if you're not already part of the KP family, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button right now today. Be sure to turn your post notifications on. Give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Follow me on all social media platforms. It's Karen P, ITSKARENP, straight across the search bar. Listen, y'all, as I told y'all before in my previous videos, that I was going to be letting y'all know more about Karen P, things that I've experienced in my life, things that I've gone through in my life, and how I overcame some of the bad that I've encountered in my life. So with that being said, y'all, it's story time. When I say manipulation is real, manipulation is real, and I speak from experience. I met someone years ago, y'all, and when I tell y'all that person manipulated me so bad, took advantage of me, belittled me, and tried to get me to have low self-esteem for myself. And when I tell y'all, it was not easy. It was not easy. Well, Karen P, what is you talking about? So I met this individual, y'all. I met this guy, and you know, we started talking, and you know, from the first time we talked on the phone, that right there should have been my sign. Because he asked me, you know, where I live and who I live with. And I told him, you know, where I live, and it's just my youngest son and I. And I asked him the same question, and he told me he lives with his parents, where it's cheaper at. That right there, y'all, should have told me a whole lot about this individual, to let me know that this person is not responsible. This person is selfish, and he's a user. But that, in other words, a red flag. That was a red flag, y'all. And I ignored the red flag. When I tell y'all, it is important to not ignore red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. Don't do what I did. And again, I speak from experience. don't do what I did. So with me ignoring the red flags, y'all, and that was the first red flag. Second red flag, how he would tell me what women he was with in the past, and they they did this for him, they did that for him. And I'm like sitting back, like in my head, like, these women did all this here for you, but what did you do for them? What did you do for them? And y'all, when I tell y'all, this guy took advantage of me so bad. Took advantage of me so bad, y'all. And all I did was ask him. I said, you know what? I'm tired of sitting around the house. We're not doing anything other than grown people-ish. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. And I'm like, let's go out. Let's spend some time with each other outside of the bedroom. And it was always an excuse. It was always an excuse, y'all. And before you knew it, y'all, I found myself becoming his personal ATM. Literally, his personal ATM. Yes. And I would tell him things that I want to do for myself, things that I want to accomplish in life, short-term goals. And it was always like, oh, you can wait, you ain't got to worry about that, man. You rush, that's gonna come. Right now ain't the time. But because it was things that I want to do with my money, but then when it was things that he wanted to get done financially, he came to me. And it was like, y'all, I was drained. This guy was draining me mentally, emotionally, and financially, y'all. Car problems he had, I funded that. Driver's license get suspended. To get it reinstated, I funded that. Needed car insurance, I funded that. It was like gas in the car, I funded that. New shoes, I funded that. And he was always coming to me with his hand out. But the moment I brought up, oh, I gotta take care of this, or I got this bill to pay, or you know what I'm saying? It was like, man, whatever, man, go hang yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, to him, like, I remember him telling me one day, oh, I was complaining. I'm trying to figure out, how was I complaining about real life situations, financial situations that I had to take care of? But yet, when he came to me about his problems, even baby mama drama, as if he wasn't complaining. I tell y'all, manipulation is real, and it's crazy because I allowed all of that to happen, y'all. I allowed this guy to drain me. I allowed it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but that's how much I'm stressing the fact that I allowed him to drain me in any and everywhere possible, in every way possible. And I'm woman enough to tell y'all that. And as long as you allow an individual to use and take advantage and abuse you, trust and believe, they will continue to do it non-stop. They will continue to do it non-stop. I mean, this guy had me feeling so low at times about myself. At times, I couldn't even sleep at night. Or if I did, I would cry myself to sleep. I find myself not even being able to confide into this individual, but he was able to confide in me. And true enough, though I do have my family, my immediate family that I talk to about certain situations and stuff, and I have my sis-law, but I was just looking at, somebody that I'm in the bedroom with. I should be able to confide in that person. I should be able to talk to that person. But to him, I was complaining, and he didn't want to hear it. It was always, any and everything that we did, y'all, it was always dealing with the bedroom. Yeah. And it was like, I know how to cook, as y'all can see. You know, I be doing my little cooking vlogs and stuff. I've even, you know, introduced y'all to my youngest son, Kendrick, and how I'm teaching him how to cook so he could learn how to be independent, you know. And he would tell me, oh, you don't know how to cook this and that and this. But I'm like, how do you know that I don't know how to cook and you've never had my food? You've never had my food. So it was like he would put me down, but yet when he cooked, it was like, oh, his food tastes good. He know how to cook this, that, and the third. But you know, it was like, why are you constantly putting me down? Why are you constantly belittling me? And it got so bad, y'all, to where we would have disagreements. Or if I was to say something to him and we were on the phone and he didn't want to hear it, he would hang up in my face. Literally. The first time it happened, I thought the phone disconnected. You know, so here I am, steady calling him back, and realizing, I'm like, oh no, he really hung up in my face. And it's like, he didn't want to talk to me. So now here I am, feeling all down and, you know, feeling like I got out of pocket. You know, I said something wrong to him. Now this guy doesn't want to talk to me. So, you know, I was feeling hurt. But the thing is, to him, what I said was wrong, but he didn't want me to be right. To him, I was always wrong. No matter what I said, I was always wrong. So me saying something to him over the phone one day, because I was correct, he hung up the phone in my face. And I remember, y'all, one time he went a whole week without talking to me. A whole week. I mean, I would call him from another phone that I have, and he would hang up the phone in my face when he heard my voice. And I'm like, you know, he had me feeling like he was somebody so important that I was missing out on something. Like I just couldn't live life without him. It got to the point where a week later he reached out to me. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He wants to come over. No, you can't come over. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nothing open that time of morning, but you know what I'm saying? Some legs, the street walker, you know what I'm saying? So no. I got so used to him hanging up the phone in my face that after the third time, y'all, I just started laughing at it. I'm like, this guy here is so immature. He needs to grow up. While I'm telling myself he needs to grow up, I'm like, this is what narcissist does. This is what they do. This is the type of the behavior that they display. So there is no growing up. And I remember him telling me also, y'all, that he was messing with one girl at one point in time, and he left the girl's mom was calling her phone, and she left a message on her phone saying, oh, you probably with that no good, you know, guy or whatever. And I was like, oh wow. He's like, yeah. She was saying, oh, you need to leave him, he ain't no good for you. So it's like, you know, red flags. Like, he's telling me what type of person he is, and then for him to tell me how he used to put hands on his oldest kid's mother, like, again, more reason for me to leave, but I still stuck around. And then I remember one night, he was on the phone. He has 3 daughters, and he was on the phone with his youngest daughter's mother. And she said, see, that's why we couldn't ever be together, because every time I give you a chance, all you do is mess up. You keep on messing up. And it didn't dawn on me as to what she was saying until later on, y'all. And I'm like, I get what she's saying now, because it's the same type of behavior that he's displaying to me. He would mess up and then try to send, you know, send links and stuff for me to click on, for me to read or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Instead of him coming out and apologizing for him being wrong. But again, as a narcissist, they're never wrong. They're always right. And I just wanted to let y'all know that, y'all. Like, it was just so much that I dealt with and I put up with, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, I thank God again, because without him, I wouldn't have got through it. But I had to go through it to get through it, y'all. I had to. And I thank God for all my experiences in life, whether it's good or bad, because all of my experiences, again, whether it's good or bad, it helped me to become the woman that I am today. It helped me to have the strength and the courage and the faith that I have today, y'all. All of that. When I tell y'all, I am blessed and highly favored. And he tried to make it seem like he was a blessing in my life. You get what I'm saying? A narcissist. He really tried to make it seem like he was a blessing in my life, and without him, I couldn't do better. Without him, I'm a nobody. Yeah. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy, but don't allow yourself to go through it. Everything that happened between the two of us in the bedroom, it was always on his timing. If I asked for it, I got cussed out. Oh, all you want to do is such and such. All you want to do is such and such. So it got to the point where I was like, you know what? Being put down and stuff, I got into this little shell to where I was afraid. I became afraid to ask, you know what I'm saying, to be in the bedroom on my terms, on my own, when I wanted it. I'm telling y'all, manipulation, y'all, and dealing with a narcissist. Dealing with a narcissist. He was definitely a narcissist, y'all. Again, everything that I did and I said, I was wrong. But everything he did and he said, it was right. A narcissist will have you feeling like you're wrong, even when you are right. And that's what he was doing. It has to go his way or no way at all. And when I tell y'all, I dealt with that so long, y'all. I even put rims on this guy's car. I put rims on his car. Don't you know that was a deposit for another vehicle for myself? Something that I told him that I wanted to do. Oh, you don't need no new car. The car you have, you good, man. You just wasting money. But then you come to me about financing, putting something on my credit for you, for him. Make 3 payments just for it to off, the rest fall on me. Took advantage of me, y'all. Straight advantage of me. Like financing some rims for a guy. It don't matter who, and not pay your debt. Leave it all in my hands. Leave it up to me. It's like, forget whatever bills you got going on. Forget what you're trying to accomplish. But again, as long as you allow it to happen, it's going to continue to happen. So it continued on happening. And y'all, I decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to stop dealing with this narcissist, because we got into an argument one day. Not even an argument, because again, I couldn't really speak my mind. So he sent me somewhere to go pick up a job application for him. So when I met him, he was working. And then months on down the line, he lost his job. So he lost his job. So here I am helping him get jobs, doing resumes, applying for jobs for him, doing the test on the computer for him to get hired, and he messes around and gets hired. He has tests to do inside the facility. He's taking pictures of the test questions, and I'm answering them for him like, I put you in. I put you in all the way, resume in hand, everything. And then, he wanted another job. So I applied. He told me to go pick up the application for him. I went and picked up the application for him. This guy cussed me out so bad because I did not fill out the application for him. To tell me, oh, the least you could have did was fill out the daggone application. Like explicit words. was fill out the application for me, all what I do for you. And I'm like, I asked him, what do you mean all that you do for me? What do you do for me? Let's be real, what do you do for me? Because last I checked, honey, the only thing you do is have me in the bedroom and you cooked a few meals. You would come over and cook a few meals, or you would cook at your mama's house and bring me something to eat. But whether you bring me something to eat or cook or not, I'm gonna still eat. I put food in my stomach. I get up and go to work to make sure that happens. So what do you do for me? When have I ever put my hand out to ask you for anything? For anything. I could literally right now say it's only 2 things that this guy bought me. And that don't even equal up to the thousands of dollars that I spent on him. So it's like, what? Excuse me? You say what now? All what you do for me. And he mentioned something about cutting my son's hair. He cut my son's hair. Oh, he made time. Listen. I'm like, cut my son's hair? Like, I never asked you to cut my son's hair. I would take him to the barbershop and he would say, oh, you rather waste the money at the barbershop whether let me cut his hair. I told you I know how to cut hair and all this and all that. Y'all, that guy messed my son's hair up. The first time I'm like, okay, you know what, let's then it happened again on the second time. I'm like, oh, heck no. Oh, then he want to bring up excuses. Oh, the way your son head shaped this. Listen, I ain't trying to hear all that. Because when a barber that's been cutting his hair since his very first haircut, he cut his hair and he don't complain about nothing about no head shape. So you go to making excuses about why something ain't done right, it's because you know you effed up. But again, being a narcissist, you're always right. He felt like he was right. So then I was like, you know what? I don't need him cutting my son's hair no more. I would rather spend my money like I've been doing for years and take my son to his barber to go get his hair cut. And then y'all, like I tell y'all, he went off on me so bad that day, all over a job application that I did not fill out for him. And the thing is, the reason why he went off too is because he didn't finish high school. But in my head, I'm like, at the education level that you're on, to where you can't fill out a job application or even type up a resume, you give me that you dropped out of school in middle school, because that's just the education level that he was given. So when he see I didn't entertain all that cussing me out and belittling me. Hours later, y'all, what did he do? He want to text me something out the blue as if everything was cool with us, and I ignored it. Because y'all, I was hurt. I'm like, I'm human. I have feelings. And you hurt my feelings. He hurt my feelings. So I was like, I'm not going to entertain that. So what does he do hours later? Because I didn't respond to his message. I even gave him one of my credit cards. I had to put that in there too, because I let him use one of my credit cards. Now here I am. I'm the one paying the credit card bill on it. I'm the one paying it off and funded him all over again. I know, right? So now, later on that night, hours later, he hit me up with the, you know what? I ain't got time to be dealing with you no more. I'm just gonna bring you your credit card. So I'm like, what did I do wrong? Now I'm feeling guilty. You get what I'm saying? Manipulation. Being manipulated by a narcissist. And I'm like feeling bad, like, what did I do wrong? So here I am begging and pleading to this guy. Can we talk about it? Please, let's talk about it. I'm sorry. If I did something wrong, please tell me. Now, I know I didn't do anything wrong. By not filling out a job application, I wasn't wrong. And by telling him I was going to still eat and my son going to still have a haircut, that's not wrong. But again, when you're dealing with a narcissist, they're going to make you feel like you're wrong. So here I am, y'all. I'm crying. Like, you know, please, let's work things out. Work what out when it was just a sex ship? As if we were in a relationship. What is there to work out? But I was blind. Y'all, he kept saying, no, I'm good. I don't like repeating myself. And I'm like, what are you repeating yourself on? Because he had this thing is, if we on the phone and he say something one time, and I be like, what you said? I ain't got time to be repeating myself. But yet, when we're on the phone and I say something to him and he like, what you said? Repeat that? It's not a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. I shouldn't get upset with him for me having to repeat myself. I could be standing right here face to face to this guy, talking to him, and he'll be like, what you said? And it's not a problem for me to repeat myself, but with him, it's a problem for him to repeat himself to me, and he wants to spaz out. Narcissist, manipulator. I was like, oh my God. You know, so then I was like, you know, that same night, even though how hurt and distraught I thought I was, you know, to say that. I even told my sister-in-law about him when I first met him. And again, based off the first conversation I told that we had, she was like, girl, no. Leave that guy right where he at. Leave him right where he at. And I didn't listen to her, y'all. I didn't. And I remember telling my mom about him months later. And I told my mom where he was from. And she said, girl, no. Karen, you don't need no guy from over there in that area. And then he living with his parents. He don't know nothing about responsibility. That guy's gonna take advantage of you. And my mama was right. Little did she know it had already started, but I didn't tell her. It just got worse. So anyway, y'all, I was like, you know what? You know what my sister talking to me and stuff, it helped bring, you know, my self-esteem up, and, you know, had me starting to feel better and start thinking positive and knowing my self-worth. So I was like, you know what, man, I'm good. I ain't worried about this guy. And I'm like, shoot. And as a matter of fact, I don't even need the credit card back, honey, because, baby, all I had to do was call the credit card company and order a new card. That's all I had to do. But I didn't do it. Y'all, tell me why. I turned around and I blocked him. I said all what I had to say to him. Told him, you know, those rims that I financed for you, that still has not been paid off. You need to bring me the balance. Bring the balance to me. Oh, drop them rims off when you drop off that credit card. I just let him have it. And I just want to tell him everything that I funded. Like, you know, I did this, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And I didn't even give him a chance to respond. I mean, what could he possibly say other than, you stupid as hell? That's your choice. You chose to do all what you did for me. But I blocked him. And y'all, when I blocked him, when I tell y'all, slowly but surely, I was like getting over him. I'm like, oh yes, honey. I'm feeling myself. I'm back to who I used to be. I'm not crying to go to sleep, or I'm staying up at night because I can't sleep because I'm worried about, you know what I'm saying, what he done did to me or what he done said to me. You know, I was like rejuvenated. I was good. And, you know, God gave me so many signs. I got to tell y'all that. And it ain't even the red flags. It's God. God gave me the signs. He showed me the signs. But I ignored God. I did. I truly ignored him. I really, really did, y'all. But again, that first time, I was just like, when I blocked him, well, that was the second time, because the first time he stopped talking to me for a week. But then we had that, you know, he was upset because I didn't fill out a job application for him, and I said what I had to say, and I said what I had to say later on that evening when I didn't respond to him, and he said he was gonna bring back my credit card. Y'all, I felt so good. You know, I was like I said, I was getting to myself, getting back to the norm. You know, and before you know it, he had called me from another number, and I answered. I didn't know who it was, and I answered it. And when I heard his voice, I just hung up. And because when I answered, he was like, "Oh, so you got a nigga blocked," you know. So I just hung up, and then he just started leaving messages, voicemails after voicemails, and it got to the point where, you know, I was like, I'm not going to listen to now one of these voice messages. Now one of them. So I ended up texting him. Even though I had him blocked, I was still able to text him. I just couldn't receive any text messages from him. And if he called me, it would go straight to voicemail. I ended up blocking the phone number that he called me from as well. But I told him, you know, to stop wasting his time texting me and leaving voice messages, because I'm not going to read them. So with me not reading them, you're not going to get a response. So, and then I said my last few words about letting him know how my brother, Jeff, told me about guys like you, how guys like you will find a woman that is on her ish, 10 toes down, very independent, taking care of her own, taking care of her kids, taking care of her household, not depending on nobody, doing what she got to do in life. They prey on women like you. They prey on women like you, sis. So you got to be careful for guys like that. Again, just like with my mother, my brother didn't even know it. I was already in that situation. I was already in that situation, y'all. So when he was giving me the advice, I was quiet on the passenger side of his car. I was quiet, and my body started feeling so numb, y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, my brother is telling my whole life situation with this here individual. Like, this is what I'm currently going through. Y'all, I was so numb. Like I said, I couldn't move. But when I got home, I broke down. I love my brother, y'all. I look up to my brother, y'all. And it's just, so you know, so I'm telling him everything that my brother was telling me. And I was like, you know, that's you. That's exactly what you did to me. You know, that's exactly, you know, I'm in the text messages. I'm telling him that's what he did to me. Everything that, you know, my brother read you. And here I was, you know, still trying to hold on to somebody that wasn't even mine. Only time you was mine, that's when we was in the bedroom, in my bedroom. We weren't never in yours, because I never even went to your mama's house. Never went to your mama's house. We never even went out on a real date, y'all. We'll go for a ride. I probably rode in his car like 4 different times and not going nowhere. Just riding, like nowhere, like seriously, like nowhere where we sitting down and having quality time. But yeah, so I was like, you know, telling him everything that my brother put me up on. Excuse me. So I was like, you know what? I said what I had to say. And then, you know, I left it at that. So days went on by, almost like a week went on by. And he ended up contacting me. He ended up contacting me again from another number. And y'all, I told my sis-law about it. I love my sis-law, y'all. Because it's like, I'm trying to figure out how the hell she's so damn street smart too, when she only been in a relationship with my brother. This girl be knowing ish now. My mama too now. I love my mama too now. But I'm like, why my sister be knowing so much? And girl, you only be with my brother. You know, and I ain't saying I ain't street smart. I was just like blind. I was manipulated, y'all. I was manipulated by a narcissist. So my sister like, Karen P, don't you fall for that crap. Don't you fall for that crap. And by the looks of it, it sounds like he about to wheel you right back in. That's exactly what he did. He wheeled me right back on in, and where he was, back in the bedroom with me, only for him to treat me worse than what he did before. I mean worse. This guy came into my home, y'all, and cussed me out so bad like a dog. He just didn't call me out my name. But the way he was putting me down, you might as well say he called me out my name. Oh, don't ask me to go nowhere. If I want to take you somewhere, I'll take you somewhere. I don't want to hear nothing about you telling me that you miss me. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Oh, I was just like, oh my God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, at that very moment, I damn near felt lifeless, worthless. Like, I couldn't say anything. It's like, it's not that I couldn't, but I couldn't. And it's like, had I said something, y'all, I really feel like it would have went down. It would have went left. It would have went left, y'all. But I allowed him to talk to me. It's so bad, y'all. So bad. And I remember I was in the room, y'all, hanging up clothes. This guy came into my home. He destroyed my home, y'all. He destroyed my home. Taking shit stuff off the ceilings. Saying how he was going to repair it. I'm the one that sat up there and bought everything for the ceilings to be repaired. Oh, you need to fix your home up. This, that. I spent over $100 in supplies and stuff, y'all. And I asked him, I said, how much you gonna charge me to, to do to remodel certain things in the house? And he's like, oh, you ain't got to worry about it, man. You good. And then just for him to come over that day, oh, all this ass that I'm doing in your house, ain't nobody say, here come $100. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I asked you how much, and you told me, you know what I'm saying? Nay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. And y'all, that guy brought me down. That guy brought me so down, y'all. When I say down, and after all that, him talking down on me that day, the only thing I said was, you want a bottle of water? Y'all probably laugh at that. Probably the only thing y'all laugh at. I goes and asked him if he want a bottle of water. No, I'm good. And just left. Didn't say bye. No nothing. And I didn't reach out to him. Because as bad as he talked to me, y'all, mentally and just about emotionally, I felt like I was done. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this no more. That's how I was feeling. I was so hurt, y'all. I was hurt. And then a few days later, what he do? He started, because I didn't reach out to him. He sent me video, like little links and stuff for me to read, and stuff about love and all that, and want to be with you no matter what. And I'm like, how can you send a link about loving somebody when you never even told me to your face that you love me? Far as I'm concerned, we were in a sex ship. We weren't in a relationship. And if you did love me, how could you treat somebody that you love the way you treated me? So I was like, you know what? Manipulation by a narcissist, trying to wheel me back in. And I would just hit I would just be like, okay. Look, me about to say thumbs up. I'm just so used to the new technology. But I was just, years ago, I just, I said, okay. And left it at that. And then every day you would see he like sending different stuff. To where next thing you know, he just pops up at my home. As if everything, and I allowed it again. Y'all go back and watch my other video about manipulation, y'all, and y'all got to watch that video, because that video and this here video, they go hand in hand. The person that y'all go watch it, because this is who I was talking about, the manipulator. This is who I was talking about. Yeah, so this in a way, this bot part 2, y'all. Go and watch it. But y'all, it came a time where I was like, you know what? Cutthroat. I'm done. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it anymore. And even being in the bedroom, because of how much he hurt me and talked to me and treated me, being in the bedroom didn't even feel like anything. It was dull, numb. It just became to where I'm just there. I'm just laying there. Trying to tell y'all, man. It's the itch that I done been through, y'all. I speak from experience. And again, I would never, ever allow somebody to treat me the way he treated me. No. And you know, we all a child of God, y'all. We all a child of God. But it's like, how could you treat a child of God like that? And he knew at the time the relationship that I have with God. Like, why would you do that? But again, as long as you allow it to happen, it's going to continue to happen. So it did. But y'all, I remember the last straw when me telling him certain things that I need to take care of. Because again, he owed me money. And I felt like if he didn't, and I knew if he didn't owe me money, the things that I need to get taken care of, they wouldn't be on setback. And I told him, I was like, you know, man, my money's so messed up, you know, right about now. I say, I done took care of my rent, you know. No, I said I need to take care of my rent. I damn near need to go to my mama and ask my mama for some help to help me, you know, make my rent, pay some other bills I gotta take care of. So to him, he felt like, again, I was complaining, you know. And y'all, that was the end of it. That was the end of it, y'all. When he, you know, he's like, oh, you always complaining or whatever. And like a week later, he had gave me some money. He gave me $150 out of all the thousands of dollars that he owed me, y'all. And I got that money, and then I ended up blocking him. I'm done. I don't want no parts of it. I didn't even change my phone number. And it's like, what I'm changing my phone number for? I just simply blocked him. You know, of course, you know, I blocked him before, you know, I unblocked him, but I blocked him, y'all. And I haven't unblocked him since. And this, when I tell y'all, again, this is my past. I've never felt better in my life. And you know what? Dealing with him, I lost somebody that meant so much to me. Go back and watch my manipulation video. I lost self-respect for myself, though I've gained it back. I lost financially, though I'm still standing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I trust God. And God, again, he gave me the signs. He showed me the signs, y'all. But it's like I disobeyed God. I ignored God. But that right there, y'all, it drew me closer to God. Because I'm like, Lord, I love you so much. Never again. Y'all hear me? Never again. I stand 10 toes down. Never again will I allow anyone into my life to invade me like that. I am good. I'd rather remain single. I am good, y'all. I mean, I remember this guy even telling me before, now, you know, now surgery is such a big thing. Everybody want a BBL. But again, this is years ago. We didn't know what the hell a BBL was. But it was just like, you know, you know, get you some surgery so your stomach could get flatter. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, you're not even happy about the way I look. but you was happy to take my money. You was trying to make me into somebody that I truly was not, and that I can never become. You know what I mean? And I say never because I'm not one of those plastic looking girls. Everything I have on me is real to this day. But yeah, y'all, I'm telling y'all, manipulated by a narcissist. Never again, y'all. Never again. I mean, I remember before I close this, I remember, y'all, I was at the mall buying my son some shoes, and this narcissist come and ask me about buying him a pair of shoes. How am I here for my son, but I ended up walking out the mall with 2 pairs of shoes for my son plus a pair of shoes for him? And it's like, it's not even about the material things, but it's about the material things. Because this guy used the hell out of me. He used me so bad. And again, it's because I allowed it to happen. I lost a good friend, y'all. I lost a good friend, and I miss my friend so much. Go back and watch my video again about manipulation, y'all. I lost a good friend behind this guy, and trust and believe it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. If I could get that friendship back with my friend, y'all want to know exactly who that person is, go watch the video. But if I could get a relationship back with that certain individual, y'all, it'll be another big blessing for me. It'll be another big blessing for me. Because that right there, I've gained everything back that I've lost. Because again, like I say, I'm still standing. You know what I'm saying? But my friendship, I lost that. And I have yet to gain that back. But I've been praying and praying and praying and praying, y'all. And I know God is going to bring that person back in my life in due time. That person, he will be back in my life in due time, y'all. I'm a friend that I love so much. Like, no matter who I am with, whether, you know what I'm saying, I will always love that person no matter what. You know, and I lost that person behind because of him being manipulated by a narcissist. Y'all don't ever let this happen to y'all. When I say ever, don't ever let this happen to y'all. Again, I speak from experience. I'm not perfect. I've been through some ish, but I got through it. Y'all be sure to share this video. If you know somebody, it may be you or somebody that's going through this here, show them this video, y'all. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself, but give up on that person. Meaning, get away from that person. Disassociate yourself with that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no dealings with that person. If I was to see that person in the street, y'all, I promise y'all, I keep walking with my head held high. I have no words to say to that person. None. You talking about bad energy? Negative energy? Never once said, let me go, I'm gonna go to church with you this Sunday. I mean, he never took me out to eat. We never went out on a date. But dang, at least let's go on to the Lord's house together. This guy had this. Never again, y'all. This God had me. This God had me. But I thank God for the strength that he gave me to let go. The strength that he gave me to let go, y'all. And even with me blocking him for the very last time, I've never looked back. I was getting phone calls from numbers that I didn't even know. And I would text, who is this? Not, nobody responding. So I came to the point, I'm like, you know what? I know who this is. I let go and I let God. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not looking back. Y'all, again, that was the best feeling ever. That was the happiest I've ever been since I let go of that situation, that sex ship. That's what it was. Again, y'all, don't allow that to happen to y'all. Don't allow it to happen to y'all. Losing sleep, messing up your funds, messing up your relationship with your real friends. You know what I'm saying? Not taking advice from people that mean so much to you. Just and putting yourself down, losing respect for yourself. Don't allow nobody to put you through it, y'all. Again, I had to go through it to get through it, and that is my testimony, y'all. This is my testimony. Okay, this is my testimony. I've never shared this with y'all, but now y'all know. Okay. Now y'all know. Y'all stay tuned, because I have plenty more things to tell y'all about things that I've gone through in my life. Be sure to comment down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Follow me on all social media platforms. It's Karen P. ITSKRENP. Screen across the search bar. And be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Karen P. Reacts. Listen, y'all. Manipulation is real. I was not in a relationship. It was a sexship. Don't you forget it. Manipulated by a narcissist. It can happen if you allow it to happen. Once again, it's Karen P. And I'm out like OUT.